BoodleBobs, children's cartoons. Don't forget to subscribe.
This is a story all about Cameron. And yes, he's a cabinet. Cameron had seen better days. Better days than the days he now spent in the box room. It was like a box, and full of boxes too.
See this scratch?
He said. And Malcolm looked up from his lunch, which was a large blue cardigan.
Got it in Burma, or was it Bermuda?
Oh, Bermuda? Said Malcolm brightly. You mean like the shorts? Malcolm was only ever interested in clothing. Cameron liked to boast that he'd been everywhere and had fought lions, tigers and elephants. But Malcolm believed none of it.
I've been around, you know, he continued. I've seen the world.
Oh, I haven't,
piped up a tiny voice.
I've never been anywhere except this room. Nor have we,
chorused his friends.
But we're just housemites and that's where we stay, around the house.
But it occurred to Malcolm that he'd never been anywhere either. The only thing he'd ever been around was a light bulb. "We need a holiday," he exclaimed. "And Cameron, you could take us. You could take us to the seaside."
"Oh, to the seaside, to the seaside,"
sang all the housemates.
"Hello, sea. With you and me, we're 83.
No, hang on a moment," protested Cameron. "Fighting in the jungle is one thing, but the seaside, no, I don't think so." Why not?" said Malcolm.
"Oh, because I don't know the way,"
he answered flatly. Malcolm felt so disappointed, as too did the housemates.
"It's just not that simple,"
protested Cameron. "Oh, go back to fighting in the jungle," muttered Malcolm angrily. You see, Cameron's stories were one thing, but they weren't actually altogether true. But he couldn't tell them that. Then he thought about it and felt bad about letting everyone down. "Well," he smiled, I suppose we could ask someone the way to the seaside."
Yeah!
cheered all the housemates. So the very next morning, everyone awoke very early.
"All aboard,"
said Cameron, counting the housemates into his drawer. And as they trundled out of the door, Malcolm fluttered down and settled on his shoulder. But which way to the seaside? Before they could decide or even take a guess, Mole, who fortunately knew everything, surfaced from deep underground. It's that way," he said, twitching his nose. "Everyone knows, you just follow your nose." So they did, and in no time at all, there we were.
"We're at the seaside,"
squealed the housemates in delight as they buried into the sand, making sandcastles. Malcolm gazed out to sea. "Oh, look at the boats," he pointed, and this gave Cameron another idea.
"Well, this morning I was a cabinet, and now I'll be a boat. All aboard,"
he laughed, and for the second time that day, he flung himself into the waves.
Now all we need is a sail.
He rummaged around and pulled out an old, not yet moth-eaten jumper. They found some coat hangers, and soon they'd made a rather good sail. Malcolm wasn't happy. He rather fancied the jumper for lunch, but soon changed his mind when the wind took them. They went so fast. It was brilliant. So there they were. One old cabinet that was now a boat, one old cardigan that was now a sail, 81 housemates having the time of their life, and a moth happy to have the wind in his wings. "Can you see what I can see?" said a seagull, watching from the beach. "Nah," replied the seagull's friend. "What I think I can see is too silly for words. So I think it's best to say nothing."
jump in the air. Wave your arms about everywhere. Jump like you just don't care. Then stop and be really still. Stomp, stomp, stomp up and down. Don't stop stomping around. Stomp, 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 stomp. Then stop and be really quiet. Creep around like a mouse. Tiptoe through the house. Sneak around like a mouse. Then stop. Ready. Jump, jump, jump in the air. Wave your arms about everywhere. Jump like you just don't care. Don't stop. Don't stop. Stomp, stomp, stomp up and down. Don't stop stomping around. Stomp, 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 stomp. Don't stop. Jump, jump, jump in the air. Wave your arms around everywhere. Jump like you just don't care. Then stop. And actually do stop.
BoodleBobs! Don't forget to subscribe.
This is a story all about Raj. And yes, he's a radiator. It didn't matter how hot it was. It could never be too hot for Raj. So it was just as well he was a radiator. "Bring me damp towels," he called from across the hall. "Bring me your wet washing and your socks." Anything that was cold or damp or just plain soaking wet loved Raj. And there was always room for one more on top. Timmy, his friend, had been hanging out on the line and had got frozen. I think I'm getting a cold," he sneezed. "Come and sit on my head while I find you some honey for your cold," said Raj kindly. And with Timmy on his head, they went into the garden. "I need some honey," he called. And Big Fat Bee came and landed beside him. "Follows me," said Big Fat Bee, and led Raj towards the rhododendron bush. Rhododendron is how you say it. "Wait here," he buzzed. "I'll be back as soon as I can." Raj had just settled down to wait when two long pink sticks came and planted themselves in front of him. "Oh, I've been imprisoned," he panicked. "I am a prisoner." And he shook the sticks as hard as he could. No, you haven't," said a large pink head, which dropped into view. "You're just shaking a leg. Well, two actually. Mine." The leg stepped back and Pink Fedora came into view. I was wondering, have you seen my egg?" she asked. Raj didn't quite know what to say. "Your egg?" he said, sounding puzzled. "No, I am very sorry, I have not." "Oh, that's a shame," said Pink Fedora sadly. "It rolled away, and if it gets cold—" Cold, said Raj, horrified. No, we cannot have that. Come, we must quickly go and find it." Just at that moment, Big Fat Bee came back and wanted to know what all the fuss was about. It's a large blue egg," explained Fedora, "but please hurry." "It cannot go cold," finished Raj. I'll get the squad together," said Big Fat Bee, summoning his friends, who were soon zigzagging over the garden. It didn't take them long to find the missing egg. But there was a problem. Sitting next to the egg was Ratty, and the only thing on his mind was breakfast, and a lovely big blue egg would do nicely. "Oh, no you don't," shouted Raj, and with a bit of quick thinking, he grabbed Timmy, swirled him around and around, and flip!
Oh, ouch!
Squealed Rat. "Oh, ouch!" squealed Timmy. "Oh, that really hurt!" They both squealed together. But it did the trick. Ratty forgot all about breakfast and decided the best thing he could do was make a run for it. Tenderly, Pink Fedora nuzzled her egg. "Oh, it's still warm," she sighed with relief. "But it needs to be warmer," added Raj. "Timmy, can you help me?" Timmy was only too happy to help. He wrapped himself gently around the egg as Raj sat them both on his flat, warm head. And then they waited. and they waited until a small crack appeared, and out popped a baby pink flamingo.
Mama,
she exclaimed, in a surprisingly deep voice, and wrapped her tiny wings around Raj.
Dad,
she chuckled as she looked up, then embraced the long pink legs of her mummy. And that was it, really. Wherever Raj went, he was followed by a baby pink flamingo called Flora, holding Timmy in her beak. And wherever Flora went, Pink Fedora went too. I think we are a very happy family, smiled Raj contentedly, and radiated.
BoodleBobs, children's cartoons. Don't forget to subscribe.